Ain't nothing better than waiting. Except for bloody everything else.
Hey everyone, I'm Jordan, and I'm joined by Max.
Hello.
And we're here to talk about Apex Legends Season 6 Boosted, specifically the new legend, Rampart, who we've both been playing as over the past couple of days. We're going to be talking about her abilities, best strategies, combinations, and whatnot. But let's start with her abilities first, specifically her tactical ability, Amped Cover, which is basically a rework of Titanfall 2's Amped Wall.
So it is a little bit different from the A wall in Titanfall. There's a build-up time that you have to wait for it to be fully activated. The wall, when first deployed, it takes about, a couple seconds for the bottom portion to reinforce itself, and then the top portion to actually build. The bottom portion has 400 HP, the top portion is 200. That 200 portion is the amped portion, which makes outgoing bullets do more damage and incoming bullets blocked. This portion can also be clambered over, so just like Gibby's shield, it's a barrier that can be walked through.
Yeah, Rampart best specializes in taking advantage of choke points, setting up her walls to stop other squads from getting any closer to her squad. The problem is, as you said, it takes a while for her walls to actually be built up, so she's not a character that you kind of want to run at a fight and start setting up walls. You kind of want to find a really good position, specifically a choke point, and start throwing up her defenses to take advantage of the situation so that when an enemy squad comes to you, you're already set up and ready to go.
Yeah, it is definitely a preemptive tactical because of the delicacy of its building portion, because any one shot will take it out. These are also collapsible really quickly, so if you need to replace one, you can do so fairly quickly after it's deployed. And on top of that, if you planned ahead really well, you can have up to 5 walls at a time, so you can really build up your defenses very well if you want to. Now, there's a couple rules to this wall. You can't have 2 in a row. If you shoot through the second one, the front one will be destroyed. So there's no cheesing multi-amped walls. In the building portion, it does take 1 damage to destroy it, but that's any 1 damage of any amount. If you put it in front of an arc star or a frag, that's considered burst damage, so that will block that hit for you, which is pretty nifty in a situation where you can't get out of the way. Because it also is a solid object, you can use it to climb higher than normal, and you can also use it to block doors, which is very, very useful against choke situations or pinch situations.
Now, Rampart is a little bit unique in her passive ability, Modded Loader. She is the first character who's naturally better with a certain type of weapon in comparison to the other characters who have come to Apex Legends before. Other characters can benefit from having certain weapons, like Octane is naturally good with close range weapons because he's all about approaching the enemy squad as quickly as possible. But Rampart's passive specifically makes her really good with LMGs. It increases the overall magazine size for LMGs and also allows her to reload LMGs a lot faster.
So yeah, this includes the Spitfire, the L-Star, and the Devotion. Those 3 weapons are going to be in Rampart's wheelhouse. So if you come across a purple mag with a Spitfire or a Devotion, you're just a literal bullet hose with Rampart. You have so many bullets. This makes her really good at just spraying and praying and really putting out that damage against enemy defenses.
I would say it makes her really, really good with the L-Star, which doesn't have a traditional clip, but just takes longer to overheat and cools down a lot faster.
When you first drop into the match, Rampart has a natural advantage with those guns because it's technically like having a level 1 mag immediately off the bat with those LMGs.
And even on the off chance that you don't find an LMG, Rampart just has one naturally on her in her ultimate ability, in-placed minigun Sheila, which allows her to place up to 3 of her Sheila turrets just anywhere on the battlefield for her or her squad mates to use, and it is a incredibly deadly firearm.
So yeah, Sheila is an absolute monster. The highest DPS in the game, actually. She eats through anything that's in front of her. Doors, enemies, they get absolutely destroyed. But there is a caveat to this ultimate. It is the highest DPS in the game, but it takes a long time to set her up, it takes a long time to start firing, and then it takes a long time to get the accuracy down to a T. The system in firing Sheila makes it so that you don't want to fire in bursts. You want to just keep holding down the trigger because the spray will widen out if you let go. So you want to keep the trigger on and keep the firing straight so you can get the most accuracy for your shots. You can also zoom in with the flip sight to get a closer look at your terrified enemies. So that's why you usually want to fortify your position first by using amped cover in front of Sheila so that you can get those damaging shots and you can protect yourself a little bit before the wall goes down and you start getting shot yourself.
Yeah, just like her tactical ability, Rampart's ultimate ability is something that you kind of want to set up ahead of time because you want everything set up so that you can just destroy the enemy squad as soon as they come into view. Basically everything about Rampart is being prepared for the fight ahead. On the flip side though, she's against an enemy legend who's really good at rushing an enemy's encampment or just destroying an enemy's encampment. She has very little to counter the counter against her. Like Crypto is all about destroying the setup of other legends, like Caustic and Watson basically are demolished by Crypto.
Like you said, Crypto is a hard counter to Rampart. While it doesn't destroy everything that she owns, the amped walls are gone, the bottom portions are damaged, and Sheila is actually disabled for a while. So you'll really want to prepare yourself if Crypto's EMP is incoming. And also a counter to Rampart is Rampart herself. Her minigun destroys walls very, very quickly. So it's basically a race to see who can set up Sheila fastest and take out your defenses first.
But it's not all bad. Rampart can hold her own, especially if she has really good teammates to accentuate the abilities that she currently has. For example, if you run Rampart with Caustic and Watson, you can put up a really solid defense. Use Rampart's tactical ability to shield the fence pylons of Watson's tactical ability, or even place Caustic traps in the midst of all the defenses that they're putting up to stop enemy squads from reaching you in time while Rampart and Watson put up their defenses. You can make a really strong defensive shell if you run Rampart with the other defender characters. So yeah, that's Rampart. Those are her abilities, those are her best combos, her best counters, but how is she actually in the game? How does she work? Max, you've been playing as Rampart for a few days now. Is she for you? Is she your new main?
She's not for me. I definitely see people of this playstyle that will definitely benefit from her. But yeah, personally, not my playstyle. I like a more aggressive playstyle like Wraith. And her preemptive playstyle with defense is not really my cup of tea, but I feel like people who really like to set up a strong defense on the high ground will really benefit with their playstyle.
But that's what we think about Rampart, Season 6's new legend. What do you think of the new character? Do you like her? Do you hate her? Are there any hidden strats that you want to share with everyone else? Just leave your suggestions in the comments section below. And be sure to stay tuned to GameSpot. We'll be covering Apex Legends news and big announcements.